beautiful, lovely people. So we're gathered here today. No. I am going to be comparing a few of the ordinary products that I have that are extremely cheap, and I'm going to be comparing them with some of the high-end products that I do have that have been considered kind of dupes. So I'm going to talk to each of the dupes and tell you my honest opinion on what's worth buying or not. I am aware there are more dupes out there, but these are the ones that I currently own I'm going to speak through. But if you guys want a second video on this and you want to get my opinion on some other dupes, please let me know down below. And while you're on it, please subscribe to the channel and click the little bell button to know every time that I'm uploading. If you want a run through of all the products that I owned, I've done another video on it, so it's going to be linked right here. So I'm not going to explain too much about what the product is, so if you want to know what each product does, kind of go back to that video. This is just going to be a comparison from the affordable to the luxury side, kind of. So first we're going to start with the hyaluronic acid one, which I feel is the most basic one. I was actually asked to compare this with the SkinCeuticals B5 serum, which I have tried before in the past, but I don't have now. So I'm going to do an overview on that one as well. But right now on me, I have the Junk Elephant B Hydra Intensive Hydrating Gel and the Hylamid Low Molecular HA. So when comparing these two, the Hylamid one is thicker, has more viscosity, and I don't know if there is any difference in terms of results, because that's kind of hard to track unless you have one of those hydration things that I should get probably. But some people do enjoy the viscosity, and I myself do enjoy the viscosity a lot. So that is a point for this one. I feel like this one is runnier and absorbs faster overall. So if viscosity is not your thing, if you don't like feeling tacky or sticky at all, then you probably like this one the most. In terms of results, I think they were pretty similar, to be honest, so I would go with this one. Because I can't see different results, I'd probably go with the cheaper one, because, if you're not seeing the results, then why bother? With the Junk Elephant one, I feel Junk Elephant is one of those brands that is overhyped to the maximum. I do get their concept, and if you're into natural beauty and products that don't have really harsh ingredients in them that won't upset your sensitive skin, then Junk Elephant is definitely a high-end brand to go to. But to be honest, I've tried most of the products from Junk Elephant, and only one or two has made a kind of impression on me. This is more like a gel. This is more like a serum, watery thing, runny. When you spread it out, it sinks in so fast, so you don't really notice at all. In terms of results, I mean, this is crazy expensive for a hydrating serum. I do think that the ingredient list in this is more expensive, make more sense to someone who likes natural beauty like myself. Would I pay this over this? No, because it's just a hydrating serum, and it's just for me, it's a primer serum, because I use a lot of serums, and what I will want to tackle is a treatment. So for a treatment, I don't mind shelling out a few extra bucks. For a primer treatment, not really, so I'd stick with the cheap one. In regards to the SkinCeuticals, I'm gonna layer on that as well. It's not worth the price if you have something cheaper available. So I'm gonna go ahead and speak about the ordinary Glycolic Acid 7% toning solution. A lot of people say this is similar to the Pixie Glow Tonic. This is just one of the deluxe samples that came in one of the last goodie bags. I maintain the same thing I said from the first time I tried it when it was still in the old packaging. I don't see the fuss around it. I mean, if you're new to acids, which I think is what happened when it was released, because this was sold in a makeup store, so I think most people weren't really used to acids at all. I get why they made such a difference in their skin. And all the while, it is a good acid toner for sensitive skin. This one, however, is a 5% glycolic acid toner. They tell you can use this twice a day. It just says once a day, better in the PM time. Again, I would go for this one. Not only is it higher percentage, it's cheaper, and I see more results with this one than I do with the Pixie Glow Tonic. I don't really rate this. I do feel that this one brightens up my skin a lot more and helps with fading spots and acne a lot faster as well. It's very softening. I haven't had any problems with it, no stinging at all, but again, my skin isn't particularly sensitive to acids, it's just a little sensitive. Overall, we have the Pixie Glow Tonic at 5%, this is 7%, and we have the Paula's Choice Resist Weekly Resurfacing Treatment 10% AHA Glycolic Acid. This is the bomb. Although they say to use this once or twice a week, and this is used daily, so this is a 10%. I feel like they're two completely different products because one is kind of more of like a treatment pamper kind of session, and the other one is more of daily treatment. So this is much more expensive, and I do like this one a little better. Again, I feel like Paula's Choice does such an amazing job with exfoliant treatments because they're all so freaking gentle. I don't feel any stinging with this. If you're in a pinch, buy this one. And if you do it daily, then you don't need this one, really. I just really like acids, and I'm a very acid enthusiast. I'm firstly going to mention Marula Oil as well. The other one I have for this is the Drunk Elephant, again, Marula Oil. Where is it? Well, it's this tiny one. I've tried them all full size, but because I didn't have them with me, I finished them up. I still wanted to show you the texture and the difference in texture. And so I bought the mini size off the Sephora site. I'll link them down below. You can get the mini size just to try them out if you want to first. Marula Oil is a tricky one because I feel like some people with acne break out from it. I don't personally. I really like Marula Oil. I think it's because my skin is very, very dehydrated. If you have really oily skin, you might not like Marula Oil, so just skip this ahead because it's not for you. When it comes to oils, a lot of people, when I buy expensive oils, are like, oh, but you can get that really cheap. Oils are so different, and I feel like oils are one of the things to splurge on, especially if you break out easily. One oil can break you out if it's a cheap oil, and not break you out if it's an expensive oil. And the way that they're different is the way that they are pressed, the way that they're extracted from their prime source, if that makes sense. So there are tons of ways to extract different types of oils, and some may result in a lower quality and some in a higher quality. I'm not gonna say this is bad quality because it definitely isn't. I really like it, and it's still really cheap for what it is. This one, however, is a little more lightweight. So I don't have a hard time believing some people break out from this and not from this. I definitely recommend this first because it's more lightweight. It sinks into skin really, really fast, and this just feels like a heavier oil, like Marula Oil typically feels. However, some people have reported breaking out from this, and so if you're acne prone or oily, you have to take your own conclusions and make your own decision, because I'm not going to recommend either because they're not really for acne prone skin. But I do have acne prone skin and I love them both. This one a little bit more, not gonna lie. Is it worth the splurge? If you have oily to acne prone skin but still want the benefits of Marula Oil, because it's very good for scarring, it's very good for fine lines and everything like that, I would definitely recommend this if you have the money. If you're a dry skin girl, just go with this. It's just not worth shelling all the dough for this because this is still a very good oil, and probably because you're dry skin, you're going to appreciate the heaviness of this oil anyway. Of course, I'm going to talk about the Lactic Acid. It's a dear, beloved, beautiful babe that everyone compares to the Good Genes from Sunday Riley. They're two completely different things in terms of texture. This is more of like a milky solution. It has like an odd smell, but I don't mind it. And this is just like a very liquidy type of serum. To be quite honest, I do prefer the Sunday Riley. I do still think this is a very viable option, so if you're looking for affordable, this is still very good, and it kind of mimics this, but I feel like this sits more comfortably on my skin, if that makes sense, and I do feel that I see more results with this than with this. Personally, if I have money to splurge, I'd still rather go with this. Moving on, I'm going to talk about a really hot one as well. This is a vitamin C suspension, 23%, plus HA spheres, 2%. And this is very often compared to the Drunk Elephant one, again, the Sephora Day Serum. Two completely different textures, but I'm going to factor in a third one that is a recent launch. And this is the Sunday Riley CEO Rapid Flash Brightening Serum. This is like a milky solution. This is like a cream solution that has a little bit of grit in it, which I used to think were the HA spheres, but in fact is the vitamin C powder. And this Drunk Elephant is more almost like an oil serum. So first things first, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. I don't use it. The grittiness really upsets my skin because my skin is not sensitive to acids, but it's very, very sensitive to physical exfoliation. It's also not a serum. It has like a consistency of a light lotion, which might be kind of like a pre-moisturizer, but for me it's too thick. I like my treatment to be in my serum stage of my routine, if that makes sense. Not that I don't recommend it for the results, I just don't like how it feels on my skin. I don't like how it sits on my skin. When it comes to the Drunk Elephant one, it sinks into skin very, very quickly. It almost doesn't feel like an oil, except when you're like when it comes out that you know that it's an oil, but when you spread it out, it doesn't feel like an oil. However, this has a scent that I just cannot, it just lingers. It's like rust almost. And I felt this with other vitamin C serums that I've tried in the past, mainly like pharmacy ones. I really like it. I like the results, but I can't stand the scent. And if there's a better option for me, then I'm gonna take it. And my better option is definitely CEO. I love the shit out of this product. Sunday Riley just gets me. It's really milky and it sinks into skin so fast. It makes my skin bright and it helps fade scars and doesn't have any weird scent. And based on comfort and texture and everything, this is my favorite out of the three, no doubt. Moving on to the retinol. So I have the 1% retinol and I have the 2% retinoid. And again, in my first ordinary video, I explained why the two are different. I'm just gonna give a quick intro. So retinol is the pure form of retinol. Retinoid is a newer, more gentler ingredient that kind of comes off retinol. It's like retinol ester, I think that's what it's called. I don't remember. They say it provides the same results while being much, much gentler. As you know, retinol causes dryness, flakiness, and sensitiveness. Retinoid is said to be much, much gentler, and I do agree with that. First, I'm going to talk about the retinol, and the only retinol I have is the Polish Choice Clinical 1% Retinol Treatment. And this is one that I don't particularly like, and the reason why is because it's a gel that's very like silicone-y. It feels like a primer, and I hate that type of feeling from primers, but I especially hate that from skincare. I cannot stand it, and also I feel like because I love layering, when I put a lot of silicones as a base product, because you have to apply the retinol right after your toners, I'm not going to be able to layer a lot on top of it because it's just not going to absorb. So I don't like this. I would definitely recommend the retinoid over this, 100%. While as the Polish Choice is kind of a milky solution, it layers on beautifully. It's very milky, so it sinks in very fast. It's very comfortable. I don't feel much dryness from this. I do feel a lot more dryness with the ordinary one. This is gentler and softer. And again, I don't know how Polish Choice does it, but she always surprises me when I think I'm going to try something really harsh from her. It's gentle. It's just gentle. And for this, I think it justifies the price bump because, yes, I love me this one. And now I'm going to talk quickly about the retinoid one. We know that there's an obvious dupe for it, my baby Luna from Sunday Riley. Again, two completely different textures, and I feel like that's a current theme with the dupes here. This is an oil and this is like a milky solution. Over the two of them, I'm always going to choose my Luna because my Luna's my baby. I'm on a third package. This is just a staple in my routine, and I feel like it works better. I don't feel like it's gentler because I feel like this is pretty gentle, but I feel like it works better and faster. Especially on active acne. I don't know why, it just does. But this is a very good second option, and if you're in a tight budget, I'd still very much recommend this over the 1%. Definitely, this is the best one. And you can still see a lot of results, just I think I see them faster with Luna. But I also wanted to mention another retinoid product that is out there. This is a Verso Superfacial Serum. So I forgot to mention, I actually don't know what percentages these are in terms of retinoid, but I will Google it and I will put it somewhere in the screen. So the serum, it's kind of like not a serum and it's a day cream, and I don't like that for the same reason that I don't like the retinol one, because I want to be able to layer stuff on top of it, and this way I can't. I also believe that this is harsher than the two previously mentioned. If your skin doesn't like heavy textures, it probably won't like this with a moisturizer on top. And I feel like if I apply retinol, I need to apply moisturizer on top, because otherwise the dryness is just gonna be through the roof. So over this, with this, I'd still prefer the ordinary one. So it's this, and then the Luna. So again, this is useless. And that's pretty much it for today. I hope I didn't ramble on too much and that I made my point across. But if you have any questions at all or criticism, because I know that I said a few wrong things in the past one, but please make sure to leave it all down below in the comment section and I will be replying to you. If you want me to do another one of these, trying more dupes, let me know what dupes you want me to try and review and tell you my honest opinion on which one is worth it. So give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more. Follow me on Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, and Instagram. And yeah, I will see you in the next one. Bye!